everyone, long time no speak. I hope you're all doing well. Firstly, I have to apologise. I think somewhere in the building someone is getting some work done just as I've decided to start filming. So if you hear some like hammering and drilling, I'm going to try and stop. I don't know how long that's going to go on for. It's quite annoying. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to try and film around that. But it seems to just be constantly going on and off. I don't know what's happening. I think above us is like a bathroom. Maybe they're getting some work done. I'm really not sure. But if you do hear that, I'm sorry. I am going to try and film around it and cut it out. So today, as you may be able to tell by the title, isn't a studio vlog. I thought I would actually do something a little bit different. I've been away for a little bit. As you know, I went to Greece and then went to Cornwall with some friends, and then I just haven't been back on YouTube since because I've been catching up with so much stuff. So I thought I would do a video speaking to my future self. I was gonna do it 10 years into the future, but one, I am quite impatient, and two, I just feel like I don't know, it's just really far away and I'll probably forget that I've done it. So I thought I would do it for a few years time, and if this YouTube thing is still happening or on any platform that I'm doing it on, then I could react to it and answer some questions. And the reason I thought I would do this is because when I was 10, I wrote myself a letter to my 25-year-old self. I did not do this off my own back. I think I did it at Guides or Rainbows or some kind of club I was in. I remember slightly doing it. And I got to open it a few weeks ago and I didn't ever forget about it. It's been 15 years and I had it under my bed for that long, and when I moved I brought it with me and I opened it the other day. I can't say it's very interesting, but this is what the envelope looked like, and it was just sitting there, and this is not my handwriting, someone had written on the top, "Do not open until the 1st of October 22, and I do remember thinking, oh my god, that's ages away, and here we are. So the letter in it, I mean, honestly, I would be writing loads to myself now. I didn't really write that much, but I basically said, "Dear Ella, at the moment I'm 10.5 years old. In 15 years time I want to be a hairdresser as I love to try different hairstyles. Like, I have just had my hair layered. I would like to go to grammar school." Didn't do that. She did not do that. And as I'm doing my 11 plus, I failed. Once I have been to grammar, I want to go to university so that I can learn how to be really good at it. I'm guessing I'm talking about hairdressing. So I can, oh, there we go, so I can be a hairdresser, so I can style everyone else's hair. All my love from Ella. XOX with a little heart. So I basically just spoke about how I really wanted to be a hairdresser. I did not ask how I was, if I thought I would have had kids, like anything. I don't think I was very aware of the fact that I would still be around, or like the fact that I'd reached 25, like that seemed, I remember kind of thinking, like, as a kid, I don't know, you don't really think about that stuff, and you just kind of think, well, I'm 10 and next year +1 I'll be 11, like you don't really think that far into the future. But it was nice to read either way, and I thought I would do it for myself now for a few years time, for me to look back on, and I can ask myself some questions about Quinn's pins and all things like that. So if you haven't seen me around before, or just have never heard of me or Quinn's Pins, which is very likely, hello, my name is Ella and I'm 25 years old currently, and I own an online store called Quinn's Pins. It's currently my full-time job, which I'm very lucky to say, and I basically just design all of my own products, from enamel pins that I started out with, and then that's just gone on to key rings, notepads, mugs, tote bags, sun catchers, all good things like that, washi tapes. So yeah, welcome to my channel. If you have not been here before, please do subscribe and like this video if you liked it. And yeah, I've got some questions written down. So I'm going to speak to my 28-year-old self, and I'm going to try not to watch this video back, and hopefully I can even respond to it in a few years time. I'd like really just want to do it for myself in a year's time because I'm so impatient, but I feel like a year's too soon. So I'm going to do it for 28. And then maybe not, hopefully, fingers crossed, I react to this video, whether it's on YouTube, if that's still around. I feel like it will be. I remember being like 15 and thinking, is YouTube still going to be around in 10 years time? And it is. So if I'm still doing YouTube, then I can react to it. If I'm not still doing YouTube and I've found another pathway in my life, maybe I can react to this on Instagram or TikTok or whatever new social media platform is out by then. But anyway, let's get into it. So my first question to my 28-year-old self, firstly, hello, and secondly, how are you doing? How are you? I want to ask that first. Are you well? Are you happy? Are you happy with where you're at? I hope so. At the minute, obviously, I'm living in my 2-bed flat with my boyfriend Dan, and this is part of my office. I'm kind of happy. Yeah, I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm always quite self-criticizing and being like, I could be doing better, and obviously wish I was doing better, but I feel like I've always been like that and maybe always will. I don't know if that's how you feel now as you're 28. That sounds really old. I'm so sorry to my future self, but 28, that's mad. But yeah, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Is Quinspin still going? Is that still a thing? Like, it's your job at the minute, and where I am now, I want that to be even more of a full-time thing. I want to, I want it to be bigger. I'd like to have, I don't know by what age, I don't want to put an age on it because I don't want to put myself down if I don't get there, or like pressure myself, because I'm trying at the minute to just really not put any, put healthy pressure, but not be like, I need to do this by this age and all that. But I would like to, I don't know, just have my business be bigger. I'd love to hire staff one day. I'd like to maybe move into some kind of warehouse or office, external office away from my home. If that's possible, that would be amazing. But yeah, is Quinspins even still going? Did you find a different path? Are you doing something else? How's it going? What are you doing? Please let me know. If Quinspins is still going, are you enjoying it? How many products do you have? These are, I think I've got like 26 enamel pins at the minute, with a few more on the way. Maybe 3 or 4 new designs on the way. So yeah, you've got about 26 enamel pins now. You've got 10 key rings, and yeah, just some notepad. I've said it all. Like, how many products do you have right now? Are you like, do you have more of these shelves? Do you have, where are you storing everything? Because at the minute they're all just, everything is on here and on shelves above. Are you still doing the same thing? Is it how, because at the minute I'm thinking I just need 10 more enamel pins and I don't know, like, designs, and I don't know where I'm going to put them. So what was your storage solution? But no, yeah, I'm actually going to look up how many exact products I have on Etsy so that I can tell you an exact number. I don't have my glasses on or my contact lenses in. 93 it says here. You have 93 products, which is insane. Let me know, like, how much stock do you have? How much? That is my main question. I just wonder how much it's grown in 3 years. Oh my god, another question. Are you still in this flat? I mean, I think so, maybe not. I don't know. Like, we moved into this flat knowing we'd be here for a little while. Right now I'm going to be in the flat and then move to a house. But maybe you've done that by 28. Are you still here? Are you sat in this exact spot right now? Where are you? Are you still working in this second bedroom as your office? Have you rearranged anything? What is the place looking like at the minute? I mean, let me grab my thing. So this is kind of my workspace right now. Dan's area's over there. This is all of mine. It's a bit messy at the minute. And then my shelves. And then I just have, it's quite messy around the back, but yeah, my sofa, stuff on the wall down here. But no doubt that's definitely changed, because already now I'm like, what else can I do? I want to change over this area. So maybe give me a tour of your office. What does it look like? Okay, this question, I don't think you will, but who knows what's going to happen. Do you have kids? One kid? Are you, like, personally, I don't really want kids for the next few years, and 28 is in the next few years, but I don't know what's going to happen. Are you ready to have kids now? If you asked me now, I'd say no. I'm not ready to have kids. I'm not in any rush. And yeah, I just don't feel like I'm ready right now. And I've always said maybe like late 20s. But when I look and think 28, even then I'm like, maybe not now. No, maybe not 28, but maybe you are. So do you have kids? Are you engaged? At the minute, me and Dan have been together for 8 years. Hopefully you and Dan are still together. I have no plans in leaving him. Hopefully he has no plans in leaving me. But we've been together for 8 years, and people were like, when are you going to get married? Are you going to get engaged soon? And again, right now, I have no rush to. I kind of just want to get engaged and get married shortly after, if possible. I don't want to be engaged for like a really long time. And I just don't feel like there's any rush to it right now. I don't know, I feel like we got together at, I was 17 and Dan was 18. We were quite young anyway. And I'm just kind of enjoying where I am right now. So obviously none of that is on the cards at the moment, but maybe by the time you're 28, maybe not. Have you come up with any new business ventures? Like, I feel like Dan will be 29, yeah, I'll be 28. And you're always talking about new business ideas and coming up with new things and trying to see what would work. Have you come up with anything else? Is anything working right now? Have you got anything else planned? We're constantly discussing new things. We want to do a podcast together, which I'm going to work on today to get started. I don't know what we're going to call it. We kind of have a rough idea of what we're going to discuss and things. So we actually just need to get that up and running, which has reminded me I'm going to try and do today. But are you doing that? Did you do it? How did it go? Is it still going? Did you stop doing it? Just all stuff like that. Like what are you doing right now with Quinn's Pins, if that's still going? What have you got in the works? And with anything separate, have you got any other business plans or business ideas or anything else that you're working on? I guess as well, I would ask, are you happy with where you're at? Like I mentioned now, like I'm happy with where I'm at 100%. Like I'm really like grateful to be in the position I'm at, but I'm quite self-criticizing, which I'm trying to stop. But naturally I'm always like, oh, I could be doing better. Why aren't I doing better? I could be doing this. Oh, you haven't done much work today. You should really do some more work. I'm trying to stop all that, but naturally I feel like that's what loads of people do. But if you were to be asked, are you all in all, are you happy with where you're at right now? Are you? I hope so. I feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to work quite hard now for future me and future family, but I get quite lost right now, and I'm hoping it ends, but like it comes in waves where I just feel like, oh, what am I doing? I don't know what to do. I sit at my desk sometimes not knowing what the hell to do. I know where I want to be, I just don't know how to get there. It comes in waves, and I'm sure, you know, that's always maybe going to happen, I don't know. But yeah, are you happy with what you're doing and where you are right now? I know, like, I do it to myself now. I watch myself back from 2 years ago and I'm like, oh god, I didn't know where I was going with my business, or like just in general. I'm like, oh, I would never have done that now. Like, oh, I don't like that design, or oh, that would never be in my shop at the minute. You think that with me now? Because I look back on myself, yeah, a few years ago or even a couple of years ago and think like, oh god, yeah, I'm much more like on track now. But are you gonna look at me in a few years time and be like, oh god, she didn't know what she was doing? Just how you see me as a 25-year-old. I should say the date as well. The 12th of October 2022, and it is currently 11:45, obviously midday. That's another good question I could ask, is what is your favourite product that you sell right now? Mine changes all the time. I'm going to see if I can find mine. But what is, if you're still doing Quinn's Pins, which I'm going to assume you are, because I feel like this is something I really want to do. Unless something else has come up, you know, life changes, things happen, it's okay. But if you are still doing Quinn's Pins, what is your favourite product? It's quite hard to know my favourite products because I feel like they change so often. Like my favourite product changes every week. But I've picked out a few just for, I don't know, it's going to be different next week, so no doubt it'll be different in a few years' time. But I'm always going to say my Brie Happy pin is always going to be a favourite because it was my first one. Are you still selling this? Is this still going in your shop? Because this was how Quinn's Pin started, with just this enamel pin. So I'd quite like to keep it in my shop, but obviously at some point it might not sell anymore and it might not do well. So maybe it's not a thing anymore. Is this still a thing? I think other than that, my favourite enamel pin maybe is the Let the Good Times roller skate. Yeah, I'd say this is probably my favourite. If not, it would be the You Are limited edition. Are these still being sold? I don't know, maybe. And I have to say my sun catchers are doing really well at the minute. This is just one of them that I do. I want to do some more, and at the minute my sun catchers, yeah, they seem to be a bestseller right now. So I have to say that they're probably one of my favourites. I'm trying to think of any more questions that I have. I feel like I'm going to watch this in a few years' time and be like, why didn't I ask this? Why didn't I ask that? But when you're put on the spot, it's quite hard to know. I've asked like, how are you? Like, where is your business doing as well, I guess. Like, yeah, right now, as I said, it's my full-time job, but I would love to be bigger, like always. Why not, you know? Instagram following. If you're still on Instagram, how many followers do you have? You are always telling yourself that follower count does not matter, and it doesn't, but just as a little comparison to see, is Instagram still in use? 3 years time, who knows, maybe not. But currently I have 531 posts and I have 7,063 followers. So So how many do you have now? I'll insert a picture as well of what my Instagram feed looks like, so you can kind of see the style that I'm at the minute. But yeah, that would be very interesting to know. And you use TikTok as well, you're on 27k. Yeah, like how is the online stuff going? Are there any new platforms over the past few years that you're now on? How is that all going? Are you still using like your newsletter because you're getting more into that? Any new things that's happening? Tell all with the online world. Also, how are your friends? How are your friends doing? Do you have new friends? As in like 3 years time, maybe you've met some people you don't know right now. I have a hen do coming up this Saturday for my friend Jade. She's getting married, and we have a hen do that we are doing this Saturday, which I'm really excited for. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you remember, it's 3 years in 3 years time. But yeah, like I'm really happy with my friends at the moment and all my family and everything. And I'm always like up for making new friends and meeting new people. So yeah, like how are all your friends doing? I hope they are doing very well. And maybe you've met some new friends that I currently do not know. That's exciting. Maybe, I don't know. I guess my last question is, if you could talk back to me as 25-year-old me, what advice would you give to me if I could hear it? Let me think of some advice for 28-year-old me. I think my advice to my future self would be, obviously I don't know where I'm going to be at, but I think I would always say to just enjoy where you are, because you don't know that you're in a good moment until the good moment has gone. I try and really tell myself that, and obviously I'm hoping that you're happy with where you are at right now, but if you're not, then everything is going to be a-okay, you're going to be fine. Of course, I hope you are happy and healthy, because that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Yeah, I guess just my overall advice would just be to enjoy each day, I guess. Don't be too hard on yourself, and to just enjoy what you're doing, because you quite literally only get one life. And yeah, just keep on being yourself and being proud of what you're doing, because I feel like it's really hard to be in the moment and actually be proud of what you've done. I look back from like 2 years ago and I'm like, oh, look how far I've come. So I'd like to say that I've done that same thing. Hopefully I'm watching this video and being like, wow, look how far I've come from 3 years ago. So this is just, if you're still going, and yeah, if Queen's Pins is even just still running, then well done you for carrying on and doing what you love. I think that's everything I have. I am no doubt going to think of some more things that I could tell myself, but maybe I can always do a part 2, or hey, maybe in a few years time I can do a part 2 reacting to this video and ask my 31-year-old self or something like that. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit different. If you guys run a business and want to do it yourself, please do, and please tag me so that I can watch them all, because I feel like it's going to be really interesting to watch back in a few years time. As I said, even just reading that letter, it's just so strange to see my 10-and-a-half-year-old handwriting, knowing that that's been waiting for me. And I know all I wrote was I want to be a hairdresser, which I didn't do. I actually just, as I grew up, I just decided that's not something I actually want to do anymore, and I got more on the creative. I guess that's still quite kind of creative though. Like I've always obviously wanted some kind of creative job, but I remember getting in, it must have lasted up until I was about 15. I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore. Yeah, all I wrote about was wanting to be a hairdresser, but hopefully this has given a few more insightful questions. Maybe I'll react to this. Thank you so much for watching. That's another thing I can quickly say as well. How my YouTube's doing. I didn't ask that. Maybe you're not even still doing YouTube anymore. I don't really know. This is kind of like a thing I do as and when. I'm enjoying it right now. I'm still filming on my camera, on my phone I mean. I need to get a new camera, which I will hopefully do by the end of the year. Maybe I'll, you know, I haven't had time recently. But currently you have 358 subscribers. Is this still a thing you're doing? But yeah, if you are still doing YouTube, where are you at with that? Are you still enjoying it? Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope my future 28-year-old self enjoyed it and can watch this back. And yeah, hopefully she remembers to watch this back. I don't know how, like, the letter I physically had with me. I'm going to somehow have to remind myself to react to this in 3 years time. Anyway, yes, thanks so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe and leave a like if you liked it. Comment down below, all that good stuff. Come follow me over on Instagram, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye.